Without the education, if you want to trade any token,
Mm-hmm.
go to casino, go to Las Vegas, put the red, you have a better chance.
There you
Believe
go.
me, you have a better chance because you can be lucky, you can make profit two times, three times, and after that you will lose all your money.
Hello and welcome, dear listeners and viewers. I'm your host, Sergey Kiklevich. I'm the CEO of YOLO and YOLOverse. And today, welcome to another episode of On-Chain Attention Podcast. We have an exciting guest, Burak Cevik. He is the founder, he's a serial entrepreneur, he's the CEO of an amazing company called Gameness. We're going to learn a lot from him about the industry and the company. Burak, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Sergey, and thank you for having me. I'm super excited to talk about gameness and about industry.
Awesome. Well, for starters, please tell us where you are geographically because we have guests from all over the world. Tell us a little bit about your background story, and of course, tell us what you're up to at Gameness and how it's relevant to what we're going to be talking about here today.
Okay. Normally, I'm a digital nomad because of the industry, but right now I'm in Dubai, in United Emirates, and apart from that, so basically the Burak story is a little funny, but I think it can be, let's say, inspire people because, to be honest, I'm
Awesome.
not a genius person. I don't have, let's say, 200 IQ, but when I see the problem, I'm always trying to solve, and this is why I choose be an entrepreneur. So when I born in the wealth family, and after that my father bankrupt, and after my father bankrupt, I start to sell water bottles on the street, and I earn good money, and when I said good, so and I didn't beg for anyone, so we can
Mm-hmm.
survive. And after that, when I hit 14 years old, I jump
Mm-hmm.
in the esports career as a shoutcaster. Shoutcaster means like Caitlyn, she gonna die. She used the flash. She used the heal. Like
Yeah.
commentator, you can
Yeah.
think. And after that, I start my career when I was 15 years old at ESL, the biggest esports gaming company in the world.
Mm-hmm.
At least 2 more years after that, we will come. And when I was 16 years old, I was working for Big Point, the German gaming company. I
Mm-hmm.
was working for as a community manager. And when I was 17, I was working for Riot Games as a contractor commentator. And when I was 18, thanks to my mom, she is my investor, helper, everything for me. She give me a money to create my own company, and I create worldwide first esports education company when I was
Mm-hmm.
18. And so when I was selling the water bottles on street, I rent a building like 5 floor,
Mm-hmm.
and I hired around 77 people. And after that, I saw very big problem in the Web3 area. There was a too much gaming company. They are taking too much investors, but they trying to turn traders to investors. But sorry, traders to players.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's holding here like that. In Turkey, we have a special word about this.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we said, okay, why we are not trying to convert players to traders? Because end of the day, is it fun or not? And
Mm-hmm.
we create Gameness to solve user acquisition and mass adoption problem. And we put education, tournaments. So last 2 years, if anyone joined our application, they can easily get $5,000 without to spend any single dollar. End of the day, we are believers of the education, mass adoption, user acquisition, and we create gameness. This is why.
Hey, that's amazing. Thank you for that background story that you came basically from nothing, right? It's
Yeah, yeah.
humble beginnings, and here you are running a $150 million company and have ambitions to grow a lot bigger than this.
Thanks
So,
to our believers.
oh
Thanks
my
to my
goodness.
mom and family.
There's a saying that we stand on the shoulders of giants, and sometimes the people that are closest to us are those giants. And in this case, I understand your mom and other people have really helped you get things
Yeah,
going, but gotta give you credit as well for taking the opportunity and running with it. So, for those
I
that
can
don't
say
know, mhm.
I apologize,
Good.
Sergey. I can't say I'm just lucky, but I can say I'm super proud of my family, team members, and our community. Because normally, when you made a Telegram bot,
Hmm.
okay, everybody coming for airdrop. And what we did, we said we are not an airdrop project. If you are here for $10, send me your Tron wallet. We will give you your $10. But please leave the app. And after that, you know what?
Hmm.
We reached 3.5 million users, around 4 million right now, and they are active. And when anyone asks anything about airdrop, community directly, shh, we are not an airdrop project. We are here for like a believers. It's crazy. It's really crazy. I'm really proud of our community, believers, like everything.
So you touch on a very important aspect of Web3, community building.
Yeah.
Before we get into that question, though, I want to ask you, for the listeners out there and the viewers out there that listen and watch our podcast, please tell us in your own words, from being in the Web3 industry, how do you relate to Web3? What is it? Like, how is it different from what we knew technology to be? Like, what do we actually call Web3?
Yeah. So when the Web 2 starts, it was let's say Instagram or WhatsApp. It's a Web 2 applications. So we was creating a content and we are
Mm-hmm.
uploading a data servers, but the IPs or datas not belonging to us. So when we call this Web 3, it's not just a sexy word.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get our own IPs. Now we have our own datas. Just imagine how many times you have a fingerprint on internet.
Mm-hmm.
You have tons of data. We know when you broke up with your girlfriend. We know when you eat sushis. We know, let's say, when you wanna buy a new car, etc., etc. But in
Mm-hmm.
Web 3, you have this old data, and it's a new technology. So, in the theory, we are calling this Web 3. But right now, I think we need a little time to understand the Web 3 much and much. When my grandma, when your grandpa start to use Web 3 without the known, we will say, okay, we achieved this. But right now, the stock sounds cute, looks cute. Here's the money. It's going like that, but it will not going like that forever.
Yeah.
It's a technology, and the governments, the decision makers start to talk about the Bitcoin, blockchain. Basically, it's a technology, and always ask yourself: it's not important to ask is it Web 3 or Web 2. The important question is it useful or not?
See, I couldn't agree more with you about the usefulness. So, if you can then, before again we get into the community building, I'll put the pin in that. If you can talk about the usefulness of what you do, because you do operate in the Web3 industry, it is a gaming community, a gaming company that you're leading. Tell us about the usefulness of what you do. Why should people care?
Yeah, for sure. So there's a B2B, business to business, and
Mm-hmm.
B2C, business to community side. I will start with the B2B side. For
Mm-hmm.
the business to business, first time in the Web 3 history, we are giving the return of investment guarantee every clients we have. I'm not talking about the investment, by the way. Do
Mm-hmm.
your own research. I'm not talking about
Correct.
investment. I'm talking about customers, like clients.
Mm-hmm.
And our customers, we are giving them a return of investment guarantee. What does it mean, ROI guarantee? It means, let's say you have an exchange gaming company, the wallet or chain, doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
When you say, hey Brock, I need 100,000, I need 100,000 players with KYC,
Mm-hmm.
and when we agreed after our DD process, for sure, if we stop 99,000, we are not getting any single dollar. And last 8 years, we never ever failed. It's not meaning we will never fail, but so
Mm-hmm.
far so good, I can say. And we worked with Binance, OKX Wallet, Ton, Bloom. Google is our advisor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we work with KuCoin, BingX, like gaming companies, the PUBG,
Correct.
everyone. So for the B2B, it's working for the return of investment guarantee, and you can get user. For the community-centric brands, it's very worth it to work with us.
Mm-hmm.
For the B2C side, which it's important for me, because for the B2B, I can get almost any brands I want.
Mm-hmm.
But for the B2C, I'm not a decision maker. Community is the decision maker.
Correct.
So for the community side, you don't have to invest GNS token. You don't have to buy our NFT. When you download our application, when you interact with us, you can join tournaments and you can earn literally thousands of dollars, which we organize. We was the live broadcast partner of the esports World Cup. The prize
Mm-hmm.
pool was $60 million. It's crazy.
Wow. 60.
$60 million.
There you go.
And the second thing is education. We are here to help all education brands, because end of the day, without the education, man, I lost thousands of dollars because I think I'm smart, but I was stupid, and I figure out when I made mistakes. So education is very important, and gamers have education. Without to invest money, without to buy anything, you can take investment. Sorry, you can take education. Just for the certificate, we are asking money. Apart from that, it's free, and we are not teaching just how can you trade on Web3. I think there is a tons of videos on YouTube like
Correct.
we are teaching how can you be a community manager on Web3, how can you be a control manager on exchanges, etc. And after that, you can fail, you can success, but you can be experienced, because we are asking them A or B. I want to be a coach on esports. Okay, your players wants to go concert with with his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Are you approved, or do you will reject? A or B. So you can be failed and you can be success. You can
Mm-hmm.
just experience the all things. So apart from the education, there is an incubation part. You can be incubate from ourselves. You can get tons of airdrops, not GNS token from our incubation projects.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a bunch of stuff, but these two things is most important things we have.
I got you. Well, you just brought it all back to the question that I've been twice, the community building aspect. Contrary to the common belief, building communities is actually very difficult. So those people that like, oh, I'll just build a community, don't really understand what they're talking about. So you, somebody who has been working as a community manager in different roles and now having built a significant community at Gameness and around your company. What are some of the main challenges in general? Talk about building the community. What are some of the benefits that the community, once you have it, bring to different Web3 types of platforms? What would
Yeah.
you say?
So for the negative part, when we start to tell our project, hey, we have these partnerships, we are doing this, we are giving the guarantee, etc., etc., they said, holy, we are, here we go again. There's another scam project. And after that, we didn't ban them. We said, hey, buddy, what you are thinking we are scam? And
Mm-hmm.
as a CEO or as my co-founders, the other teammates,
Mm-hmm.
we directly answered when anyone wrote scam. Hey, buddy,
Mm-hmm.
what you are thinking like that? Please tell us.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, what happened? They become a believer, and now, as a volunteer, they are answering the question for new members, because they said, "Wow." But as a negative things, sometimes I'm talking too much with my community. When I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting a decision, I'm always asking, "Hello, guys. I'm thinking like doing this. What are you thinking?" So sometimes they can think like early profit, like with, let's say, different vision. But we are here for a long term, right? So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it can be challenging. But in the other hand, every opinion is very important. If there's a reason to behind, say, to use any bad words, any, I don't know, bad negative comments.
Mm-hmm.
We are always trying to convince, please tell us more why you are thinking like that. The good thing is, today we are closing our pre-sale. Okay, we
Mm-hmm.
said in 24 hours we are closing, and after that we sat in the same hour, we made another announcement. We said, guys, we postpone our TGE, and you invest here tons of dollars, so you can ask refund without question. We will give your money back.
Mm-hmm.
But we believe something very good for our community. So if you are here for a believing, don't ask refund. But if you want to, if you have any concern, you can ask refund.
Mm.
And after that, what happened? There's a maybe more than a 300, $400,000, and the total refund is not even $1,000 right now. And they start to invest again. They said, no, because normally when anyone postponed the TG, they said,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, it's going bad. It's going bad." But when you create a transparency communication with your community, and when you understand, when I'm chatting with the community, they are saying,
Mm-hmm.
holy, there's a CEO answering us. And I'm saying, guys, I'm just an employee. We are building this company together. Otherwise, who am I? I'm not a Elon Musk. I'm not a Bill Gates. I'm just an employee in Gameness. You built me. You built Gameness. You are the important one. I'm CEO can change, but the community will be decision maker.
I love that. And Burak, what platforms are you using to communicate with your audiences? What technologies do you like and prefer when just dealing with the community in general?
Yeah.
What's popular these days?
So we are using three different AI models to understand our community, their location, their behaviors, even their favorite color. Sometimes we are asking, "Hi, what is your favorite color?" Something like that. Why? Because we are working with the food and beverage industry, we are working with the electronics industry, core industry. So we
Mm-hmm.
are sometimes asking, "Hey, what is your favorite car?" To understand them better. And we have a different AI. We don't have this technology. We are using as a tool, uh,
Great.
and and we are analyzing that. And there is a one professor in Finland, and he is a professor for neuromarketing, and he is teaching us. Okay, you have a this data, and you need to make this. And also, we have a tree research center. We are
Mm-hmm.
sending our data to this research centers, and we are getting feedbacks. Okay, you have a this amount of believers. You have a this amount of, let's say, zombies, farmers, and you need to make this,
Yeah.
and so far so good. But the main social media accounts, I can say, mainly Telegram. The second one is Twitter, and the third one is Instagram. But I think the negative thing is we are not using too much TikTok. But I think TikTok is also important channel to reach the
Mm-hmm.
community. But right now, when we look to TikTok numbers, it's not seems like our target community,
Mm-hmm.
but it's good to have for sure.
I gotcha. I was gonna ask you about AI, any type of AI integrations. So you already alluded to that, that you guys are using actively. It's not that you build AI technology, but you're
Yeah,
using the tools to get smarter, to get
yeah.
better analysis, right?
I can say two different things.
Mm-hmm.
First, yes, we are using AI. We didn't build. We are using as a tools to analyze our community. But also at the behind of the kitchen, we are creating our AI to understand our community's wallets activity, their behaviors, to analyze their behaviors very well. And after that, we can, with their permission, we can easily share with the brands, and we can create a good campaign. Let's say, um, if you are playing something game like a PUBG Mobile,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a game like PUBG Mobile as well, but I don't have to make the advertisement to League of Legends player or
Mm-hmm.
Rocket League player, because it's a different type of game. So we are
Correct.
creating this AI for better coaching, analyze the players' skills, and to teach them. And the
Mm-hmm.
second thing is B2B side, but we didn't build yet. We are still building. I can say this.
I love that. And I love the level of transparency that you speak with, because you mentioned moments ago about the importance of building transparent communication.
Yeah.
Something that we bump against, because we're also, as a resource, Yoloverse, we're building a space for brands and community alike to restore the trust in the Web3 industry,
Mhm.
and also to continue to build it, because the projects that were in the earlier ICO days, 2016, 17, there was, left and right, everybody was starting companies. Then we had the wave of hype that was related to NFTs that created all kinds of companies. Then now, in the bull run, we're experiencing kind of a meme coin gold rush.
Yeah.
Again, lots of companies and projects being started. And as we know, if we look at this example and parallel this with the traditional, world of technology and companies being developed, then there's going to be a shakeout period always, where a lot of players that are not real are
Yeah.
going to get shaken out and, basically going to go away. So anytime that happens, though, at scale, people lose trust, because a lot of people lose money that
And
they,
you can't buy trust with money.
correct. You cannot buy trust with money. I love that you say that, because trust is built over time, is
Yeah.
gained through this type of interaction with the community. So I love that you're really big on building trust in the industry, because it helps everybody.
For sure, for sure. So if you are acting like a vampire, if you are trying to get a piece of cakes everywhere, people know it, people understand.
Yeah.
So this is why when we are explaining gameness, we are mostly saying we are here to be decision makers of the esports. We want to be a creator of the unicorns company, etc., etc. Because okay, I have a this slice. Okay, I have a this amount of slice. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
3%. But when the cake going up, my 3%, still 3%, but now it's worth, let's say 150 million. But after a
Yeah.
year later, it will be worth of $1 billion. And still I will have a 3% of the cake. But the
Correct.
most of the entrepreneur or projects mistake is, there's a meme. There's a AI. Man, just chill out. Don't trying to be like a vampire. Always think impact. United Nations strategic partners have an impact report about our spin-off company, our impact on the world. This is very important because I think without the impact, when I start to sleep, if I have a $10,000 in my bank account or $10 million, who cares? I'm eating same thing. I'm going same hotel. I'm driving same car. So, but when I starting to sleep, okay, I love money as well. But when I start to sleep, I want to say, okay, I think I changed one person's life today. They learn, they gains, they made profit, they understand something, blah blah blah. Because making money in Web3 seems
Mm-hmm.
easy, but creating an impact, the challenging one, from my perspective.
I love that you just said seems easy, because it seems easy because there are other examples out there of people making it, but a lot of people do not understand that the people that making it look easy to make money in
Yeah,
Web3 probably have been doing it for long enough, and they have definitely taken the time to educate themselves and invest time and energy into just the mental and comprehension, the mindset, the intelligence, the vocabulary that is required to be able to an active participant in industry.
can
So
I can I
yes, of
add
course.
one more comment? So without the education, if you want to trade any token,
Mm-hmm.
go to casino, go to Las Vegas, put the red, you have a better chance.
There you
Believe
go.
me, you have a better chance. Because you can be lucky, you can make profit two times, three times, and after that you will lose all your money. And the history always repeating. I didn't see any single person made, let's say, 10 times profit, and after that, without the education, without to understand the mechanics, what's
Mm-hmm.
going on here, they made millions of dollars. Do you know pump fun? It's a
Yeah.
Solana meme coin things.
Yeah.
For our listeners, guys, there is a pump fund. Okay, I can make two different advertisement. One, there is a pump fund, and there's a one guy. They invest $17, and he won $2 million. It's not lie, But you know the behind of the story. 99% of the pump fund users, they lose their money. Just 1% earn money.
Correct.
So if you just look with the horse Googles, okay, you will see just profits, crazy access. Wow,
Yep.
I can make millions of dollars. And after that, you will start to sell your car, your computer. Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you for bringing that honest again perspective into the industry. I also believe education is truly one of the most important things that we can share
Yeah,
with the overall industry because, I mean, let's be honest. Right now, we're probably at the maximum at about 5% adoption rate of just the industry. So the
yeah,
global population out there of people that are capable of being an active participants in the Web3, there's only about 5% that do that. So the pie, the cake that you said that can grow and expand significantly, should. But
yeah,
in order for that to happen, people need to understand better what it is that they're doing, what are the opportunities to generate income, what are the opportunities to minimize risk, what are the opportunities to become entrepreneurs and founders themselves, because that's not out of reach either. You're one of the examples of people that done that himself.
yeah. Uh, there is a one Keval. He's my investor as well.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Doğukan. So he's a Turkish Keval. Uh, Doğukan have a education channel, okay, but he's not teaching how to make profit. And first, when I heard, I said, "Hey, brother, why you are not teaching how to make profit?" He said, "First, they need to learn how to not lose their money. After that, they can start to learn profit things. But the
That's
first thing is you
awesome.
have to not lose your money. After that, you can earn. But it's a second step." And I said, "Man, I love it."
That's you literally quoting rule number one from Warren Buffett. Don't
Yeah,
lose money. And then rule
yeah,
number two, just follow rule number one.
yeah. Yes, yes, exactly.
Oh my goodness. So switching gears, keep building on what everything that we're talking about. One of the problems that you're solving with your company you mentioned is user acquisition,
Yes.
customers. That points to marketing, right? So I'm curious about how you view marketing these days. What are the struggles that the companies, that the brands out there are having with traditional marketing? And what are the emerging new marketing approaches that you already employ and that you see that are going to be helpful to attract and retain customers for different companies?
So I want to say I spent $200 on marketing,
Mm-hmm.
and for these days, last time we spent a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
for just $200 performance, we had 150,000 on Twitter, more than 1 million user on Telegram, and we have a too many believers. So what was the point? We use B2C to C strategy,
Mm-hmm.
whisper strategy. When anyone convinced, hey, they are cooking something good, they start to refer, they start to tell their friends. And you know what? I call my cousin because my mother said, "Hey, your cousin thinking to sell his her car to Invest Genius." I said, "No, no, 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 no." I called and I said, "No," and I didn't even talk once with my cousin. She heard from other people, and when she see my name, she said, "Oh, it's Burak." It's like all in. But no, even she's my cousin. We
Mm-hmm.
are very close. So for the marketing side, we didn't spend any money. We just prove our solution is works,
Mm-hmm.
and after that we start to communicate to community. Hey, okay, what your decision? If you wear my shoes, what you will do, etc. We collect all feedbacks, and even when we made the mistakes, guys, I'm not as I said, I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to undertake you. Sometimes I'm making mistakes, and I will make more new mistakes, not same mistakes. But when I made this mistake, I have to stand out and I will say, okay, dear community, I made this mistake, and there is a three different solution. Which one we should choose? So when we made this, everybody bring their friends, their family, etc. So for the struggling the other projects, I think the return of investment guarantee or the other channels or the other zombies it can be crazy. Normally the Telegram applications, when they have a 3
Mm-hmm.
million, 10 million, 100 million users,
Yeah.
they are zombies. They don't have any believers. It's just the numbers. Right now, for tomorrow, I can create a new Telegram application. And I can make 10x than the game's numbers with the not quality, with the quantity. But I don't look for quantity. Quantity is easy. We see too many examples for that. But for the quality, for the believers, this is the main thing. So sometimes projects can struggling which one is better. And I think for the exchanges, they are pushing projects very hard. Hey, you need to reach
Yes.
this millions of users, this amount of the followers, etc. And you know what? What I made, what I did, even when I'm talking with the CEOs or founders
Mm-hmm.
with exchanges, okay, I can go with the 100 different exchanges. Okay, you have a good volume, but there's a one gameness, and it's your loss, not mine. If you are looking for the just zombie users,
Yeah.
and when I start to say this, I can't say their name for sure, but the tier ones agreed.
Mm-hmm.
But first they reject us. You have a bad numbers. You have a bad numbers. You have a bad numbers. And I said, no, I don't have a bad numbers. You have a bad vision. It's not about my.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Yeah. See, I love talking to people that are visionaries. Like to your point, I think from what I've been seeing and gathering, speaking with people like yourself and many, many others, having a vision
Mhm.
is so much more important than any type of, like technical knowledge and being a super mega expert or maybe even
Yeah.
knowing all the details of the technology and other things. If there isn't somebody at the top of the company that has the vision, holds the vision, because what you're describing is holding the vision when you're
Yes.
bumping against challenges and the temptation is to, you know what, maybe we'll make an exception here, maybe they're right. You're like, no, 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 there's many of you, there's only one gameness.
Yeah.
It's going to be your loss if you're going to let me walk away, and be it. I absolutely love that approach because that's what's going to allow us as an industry to expand,
I
because
also.
quality is what I'm hearing. The brands need quality, quality, quality. These networks of bots everywhere
Yeah.
has been, yeah, you can amass numbers very quickly, but then you ask yourself a question. In reality, is it realistic to amass these types of numbers in this dramatically short periods of time?
Mhm.
Like, how could it be that so many people all of a sudden come to you? I see what it's like to build a community. I see what it's like to also build nothing, something from scratch, from nothing.
Yeah.
It's hard work,
For
and
sure. For
people are
sure.
skeptical.
1 to 100, it's easy. Believe me, guys. It's easy when you have a money, when you have a vision, etc. But 0 to 1, it is the hard one. 0 to 1
Yeah.
is the very hard. And when I start the company, I sell my old cars and houses. I take a risk. I take my own risk, and
Yeah.
I built Gameness with my team 2.5 years ago. So
Mm-hmm.
when I say last 8 years we didn't fail, almost 10, I'm talking about my spin-off company as well, my
Correct.
first company as well.
Yeah.
But we take this risk, and after that, I said, even right now, when anyone say at the podcast or I don't know the AMAs, they are saying, "Hey, Brock, what is your prediction about access? What is your prediction about market cap?" Because they want to invest, but they need to understand our vision. And I'm saying, guys, we can go negative 90%. We can go positive 10,000%. I can't give any guarantee. I can't give any single guarantee on that. But I can guarantee as a team, and as a myself, we are the hard workers, and we will not stop until we reach the top 200 project. I don't know their market cap, and I don't give a. Can I use bad words?
You can.
Okay, I don't give a shit about their market cap, and
Yeah.
I'm not looking for the many access. End of the day, when I say, okay, Binance volume up 5%, 1% because of us. This education industry going up 0.5% with Gameness. It means we achieve something. Otherwise, when we made 10,000x, when I'm driving a Lambo, but without to impact. Guys, believe me, right now I can drive a Lambo. It's okay. But without the impact, when you're going to sleep or when you're thinking what I'm doing, you will not get right answers, true answers. The main thing I think the satisfaction, and I'm making my satisfaction on satisfaction with the impact numbers we touch, gender equality, the money balance, let's say, from the earning,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and also the education technology. Three things are very, very important. I want to see many, many more ladies in the industry.
Yeah.
I don't want to go with the, let's say, bro industry. Uh, and we are
Understood.
the decision makers here, right?
Yeah.
As a builders, as a project owners.
Yeah.
So we will decide this. Right now, our HR just hiring a ladies because our numbers, our men numbers, let's say 20, but our ladies numbers are 5. I want to equal. So yeah, we are working on that.
Hey, I love to hear that, especially from someone like you who lives in a different part of the world that has like a different culture,
Yeah.
different set of eyes, the goggles, like you said, that we see the world through. And yet here you are standing for a very similar to I'm in the U.S., so a U.S.
US
based
culture.
vision of the workforce.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Did you
Mhm.
did you ever heard Atatürk in Turkish founder, let's say?
Mhm.
Uh, he brings the worldwide first woman rights in the world. Woman starts to can vote, woman starts to can work, etc.
Mhm.
So I'm following his rules basically, and end of the day, I don't care any. So I have a religion, but I don't care any religion,
Mhm.
any culture. If you are a good person, you are a good person. I don't
Yeah.
care your religion. I don't care your gender. So this is why we are working for, and at the end of the day we will see, I hope, the results. Even 1%
Mhm.
is crazy.
I love that. You made it pretty clear how important educational part it is to you. Walk us through a little bit about how did you start educating and how did your educational, if I may refer to it, product or service evolve, and what technologies have you used already, and where do you see the platform, the educational platform, evolving, going into this new age of technological evolution?
So my career starts 15 years old. So 15 to 18, I work with the biggest gaming companies. But end of the day, nobody teach me. Nobody teach me about the shotcasting. I teach myself. And after that, I said, there's a huge problem. Why we don't have any esports education company 10 years, 11 years ago? And after that, I forget the name. Like I drop my job. Sorry,
You
English is
quit,
not my language.
resigned.
I quit. I quit my job and I create my own company as an education. But I didn't know anything about the education. So when anyone knocked my door, I said we are full 3 months. But we don't. I'm trying to understand how we can make better education,
Hmm.
what I'm missing, etc. And after 3 months, for sure, we didn't ready like 100%, but we started to make the education. And right now, you know what? They are working on Riot Games. They are working on PUBG. They are working on Fortnite, etc. They are at the biggest gaming companies right now, and This is what I'm talking about. My one of my let's say student, he go our competitor's company as a COO. It's crazy story. It's crazy story, and I'm proud of him. So as a technology, when the gameness comes, when we have a, let's say, little money, we can invest a little bit. And we teach ourselves last 8 years about education.
Mm-hmm.
So we start to use narrative education
Mm-hmm.
and novel action. So novel action means, I explained before, A or B, you need to choose. And also we are using AI, but basic AI. It's mostly like very very basic AI, not crazy. We
Mm-hmm.
are referring to you with your actions. Hey, you need to take this education. So let's
Mm-hmm.
say you go to Pampan, you failed at the Guinness. It says, hey, you need to take education of investment. You play, you failed, okay. You eliminate very early. There's education. Hey, how can you uh, beat your competitor easily,
Mm-hmm.
etc. So as a technology, we are not using very crazy technology. It's not a rocket science.
Mm-hmm.
But as a team or as a teachers, we announced just one of them, dear Meta Ali Bashkaya. He is a teacher, lecturer of 4 different universities, and we started talking with the, imagine the biggest 10 university.
Yeah.
We are talking 5 of them.
And by the way, Meta is our advisor as well. So
Ah,
we're both very familiar with Meta Ali Bashkaya.
yeah,
He's an OG and a great person.
yeah.
Somebody who gives us all very sober looks at what's actually important, and he's a big supporter and advocate for education in the industry. So
I
I
am fan of
understand what
him.
you mean.
I am
Shout
fan
out
of
to
him.
Meta.
Yeah.
We
So
appreciate you.
yeah, yeah, definitely. So to be honest, I don't want to manipulate the people. As a technology, not rocket science, basic AI system, and novel action.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but as a teachers, yes, we are going with very good lecturers, teachers, and end of the day, I hope starting from the quarter 2 probably, uh, you will proud of us. Let's say.
Hey, that's amazing. And Burak, I cannot imagine that we at some point will not collaborate because what we're doing on a Vividly side of Yoloverse, Vividly, this the social academy,
Yeah,
it is designed exactly for that, to continue to also educate the broad community about the different aspects of the Web3 innovation. So yeah, we'll chat about that later, but I'm excited.
Sergey, Sergey, to be honest, maybe it's a little egoistic. I apologize for this, but to be honest, normally because of our TG process, you can imagine everything very chaotic. And right now, if it's not a more than $1 million investment, if it's not a TR1 exchange, and if it's not a something we passionate about, we loved, we are not making any meeting. No AMA, no meeting, no podcast, anything. But
Correct.
guys, you need to believe me. I wrote Sergey 3 times to postpone, but normally I'm a little egoistic person, but I apologize 100 times. And with
True
my own
story.
respect, I always answer it with my own respect. And for sure, he answered like same way. And you know what? We didn't prepare any question. We just said, okay, we need to make this podcast. But at the end of the day, why I have a passion about this podcast? Because something you build, I think it can affect the world, and I think we have a same vision. So we already start to walk
Yeah.
side by side. But I don't know. In 3 months later, 6 months later, doesn't matter. We will like I don't know, arm to arm,
We'll
walking
we'll
together.
we'll we'll hold hands, shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Side by side. Hey, I love your sincerity, and I appreciate your kind words here, and I appreciate your time. And it's not easy to catch you. You have so many things going on. In the light of recent events too, you guys raised 20 million investment from LDA Capital. So I can only imagine the type of activity that is going through the blood and the veins of the company.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about, to what you can, of course, say, right? Because there's some confidential stuff. What are your plans for scaling, for expanding? What should the community, be expecting from you and the team?
Expect us to change the meta. We will, I hope, we are trying to change to meta meme to AI and gaming, or let's say utility tokens.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big mission, but I think we are able to do that because we are aiming very big. I'm not talking about the access, guys. I'm talking about to change the meta.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, apart from that, think biggest gaming country, biggest gaming company in the world, literally the biggest, not second one. We are trying to bring them to industry with the little baby steps. I hope
Mm.
they have interest, but yeah, let's see. And the third thing is we want to organize literally biggest Web3 event in the world, and with this event, there will be no 1,000 sponsors and 300 very important speakers
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know 10,000 booths. Uh, there will be one stage, and there will be projects. Uh, they will pitch their project, but we will not sell this ticket. We will invite this project. The second thing, there will be VCs. The VC ticket, it will be not sold. We will invite the VCs. The
Mm.
third thing is there will be speakers, but no speakers more than 20. And the
Yeah.
speakers have a speech time. It's around 5 minutes. That's it. Because we are very tired about listen same speech, same brain, same boots. I want to bring entertainment, impact, education here, and I want to organize the biggest event in Web3. So I think end of quarter, sorry, yeah, beginning of quarter two or beginning of quarter three. Right now we are talking with the one stadium, literally, full
That's
stadium for
amazing.
that. Yeah, you can expect these things. But for the first thing is our vision. After our release, we want to get hype, memes to utility tokens. When let's say Sandbox, when let's say one AI made 10%, I hope it will because of us.
That's amazing. I do see what you guys are doing, and I'm excited to meet people like yourself because it kind of lights the fire in me to keep doing what we're doing. Because you said earlier something very important. From 1 to 100, it's easy,
Yeah,
but from 0 to 1 is the difficult
very
path.
challenging.
So we are in the 0 to 1 stage, knowing that the vision that we're holding as partners of our company and the conversations that we're having with the strategic partners and the companies that are impactful in the industry, um, that is what's going to get us to a level of success when the pie expands from this to this.
Yeah,
Because if everybody's fighting for the same pie, right? Everybody's trying to get a bigger. At the end of the day, it's very possible that we destroy the whole pie because
yeah,
everybody starts fighting. So the more people that are attracted to these different projects and different companies that are leading the way of technological evolution, the better we all off are going to be. So it's I appreciate you. Thank you
I
for what you're
think
doing.
thank you so much, and thank you for your kind words. I hope in a few months later we will celebrate your side too, because you are the builders, you are the hustlers, you are the believers, and you have a already a vision, already have a community. It will be going up and up and up. So I didn't achieve too many crazy things, but what I achieve, it's takes too long time.
Yeah.
So if I'm successful entrepreneur? From my side, no, but from people's eyes, yes or no. uh, it takes times, and nobody giving a money, nobody giving a community from the beginning. So with your fingers
Yeah.
you are scratching, and after that you are achieving something. So it's like your baby, and it's your responsibility take care of your baby. And I think you are a really good father.
Thank you. Thank you, Burak. I think it would be then really worthy to finish our podcast with just reflection part. When you reflect on your entrepreneurial journey, what are some of the key lessons that you have learned and that you want to share with just people out there who may be thinking about starting a company, maybe thinking about educating themselves and becoming a professional
Yeah,
inside of the Web3 industry? Or maybe just, they don't know, they're questionable, but they're curious to learn. So, what would you share with the people?
three different things. When you are creating advisory board or trying to get advisory, don't forget to create fuck up advisory. Let's say they fucked up their company, they bankrupt, but they have a crazy experience. This is why they bankrupt. So
Mm.
create a fuck up advisor. I have a fuck up advisories. They bankrupt too many times. They make crazy mistakes. The first thing is that. The second thing is don't trying to move with perfection. Be ready for the made mistakes, but don't be full to make same mistakes. On my LinkedIn account, it says I'm looking for new mistakes. That's it. And in our company, if you are not making mistakes, our HR will knock your door because you are not working too much, it means. Because
Mm.
if you are making mistakes, you are trying to build new things, you are trying to create new things. But otherwise, send an email, answer this, that's it. I don't need kind of this teammates. So, and don't be mad when you or your teammates made mistakes. Be sure you understand the mistakes, and don't get any decision when you are super angry. Always after we made a mistakes, okay, or teammates, we
Hmm.
are creating a feedback report from I don't know, from beginning title to C levels or board members, and we have a free shots. Think like you are holding a beer. If you are holding a beer,
Hmm.
everybody can ask anything to you. Everybody can say anything to you, and we are punching our let's say surgery things
Hmm.
mentally
Yep.
to cover this part. Uh, and what is the best thing about us? What one of the best thing I think, we know our weak muscles and the good muscles very very well. So when we go with the investors, when we go with the community, we are not trying to manipulate. We are saying we know our good muscles and the weak muscles. This is the good muscles. This is the weak muscles. Don't try to manipulate
I love
because
that.
everybody can understand. So be confident about your mistakes, about your weak muscles. If you are solving a problem, you will achieve it. Maybe 1 year later, maybe 1 day later, I don't know, but you will because it's a problem solving.
Gotcha. And when you were identifying a problem to solve,
Yeah.
how did you arrive at a moment where you knew that that's a problem worth solving?
If I experienced this problem, it's a problem. Let's say, do you know the story of the Starbucks? The sleeve, is it called sleeve, like
Hmm. Yep.
older things.
Yes.
So one of the guy is going to Starbucks and he's ordering a coffee, and after that his hand is burning, and after that when he's sitting, he's scratching some peppers and he's making cup holder like sleeves, and after that Starbucks saying, "Wow, it's brilliant. We want to buy," and he's saying, "No, it's not sellable. Every sleeve, every coffee, you have to give me 1 cent." And he's taking the patent of this. But look how he solved the problem. Oops, my hand is burning. Here's the solution. Oops, I have a problem about the marketing user acquisition. Here's the solution. Oops, I have a problem about the Web3 education. Here's the solution, etc., etc. So I think the most important thing is don't try to look to problems. Can I solve this? Can I solve this? Just focus yourself. What is the problem right now? What you are struggling with? And after that, if you have an answer, you can solve it. But if you are trying to look, I need to solve this problem, I need to solve this problem, nah, you can't.
I love it. See, that's a wonderful answer and wonderful way to conclude our episode. In the final remarks, the final words, Burak, is there anything that we'd like to say to the listeners and the viewers? Anything that any type of announcements that we should be on the lookout for, and tell us where to find you.
For the announcement, no need. If I seems interesting, you can follow on our socials on Twitter. If you have a question for me, you can ask on LinkedIn or from our Telegram channel. And apart from that, I just want to say thank you for having me. Thank you for this wonderful conversation, and thank you for all listeners. Please keep following YOLO marketing and YOLO podcast.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Burak. We'll see you soon in the future. Take care. Bye bye.